Good day everyone and welcome back to another tutorial on bust fashions. Guys, I must tell you, you need to get your pen and paper ready because we are doing a lot of calculation. Actually, this gun is somehow tricky, but if you pay keen attention to every details I'm going to be teaching you in this tutorial, trust me, at the end of the day, you are going to be super excited, just as I am. I'm so happy because I give value on this channel. Trust me. Having said that, I will advise you to watch till the end and not skipping any part of this video for you to get this dress perfectly. Before we proceed into today's tutorial, I'm going to use this opportunity to thank all my subscribers, both new and old. If today is your first time of coming across this channel or you've been coming onto this channel without subscribing, I will advise you to do so. Now, let's fire on into today's tutorial. To make this gown, the first thing we are going to do is to draft out the back pattern. So after cutting out the back, that's what we are going to use to calculate our front side and also to align the front side. So the length we are making use of is 60. Before starting our measurements, we are going to fold the fabric into two this way. We are going to fold the thing into two. After folding it into two, we are going to use the whole wideness. So now, here is our length, 60 inches length measurement. We have our 60 inches length measurement here. And also, we are going to add our folding allowance of 2 inches to it, and also at the top area we are going to join it by ½ inch, so making 2.5 inches additional measurement we added. We are going to do the same to the edge here as well. Our 60 inches plus 2.5. 60 inches plus 2.5, that's half for the shoulder joining and 2 inches for down folding. So we are going to rule across. So this is the first thing. I believe you can see it clearly. So that is our length measurement. After our length measurement, we are going to measure the nail measurement plus 4 inches. Our nail length measurement is 36. Our nail measurement is 36. Here is our 36. We are going to add additional 4 inches, making 40. So we are going to add this on the other edge as well, then we rule across. So that's 40 inches. Here is our nail length, so we are going to rule it across. So here is it. So I'm sure you can see it clearly. So that is all about the length measurement first. So the next thing we are going to do, let's mark out our shoulder measurement. The shoulder measurement is 8 inches. So here is our 8 inches. From this 8 inches, we are going to come down by 1.5. Here is our 1.5. The neck depth, we are going to make use of 3 inches. So that's 3 inches by 8. Then we are going to connect. We are going to connect it this way. Don't forget, here is our back piece. So this way. If you have any question, like I just said, make sure you ask me in the comment section. So that is it about the shoulder with sleeve. Here, the sleeve curve or sleeve mouth, we are going to make it 18 inches. Then we are going to join this by half, so let's make it 19 inches. That's half for the upper joining and half for the lower joining. Then the folding, we are going to make use of 2 inches. So that is it. We go back to our nail measurement. We go back to our nail measurement. Here is our nail measurement. On this our nail measurement, we are going to divide the hip by 4. The hip we are making use of is 40. So 40 divided by 4, that will give us 10. This 10, we are going to add 2 inches to it. So here is it. So these 12 inches now, we are going to take it down. We are going to take the 12 inches down this way. So here is our 12 inches line from down. After this, we are going to connect from this below hip line, below knee line to our sleeve. So we are going to connect to that place. So that's just it. Just going to be free and I'm sure you can see everything I'm doing clearly. So that is the shape. And after this, we are going to measure our shoulder to bust. Shoulder to bust is 9.5 plus half for the shoulder joining. That will give us 10. Under bust is 13.5. 13.5 plus half, that will give us 14 inches. These are under bust. These are bust area. These are under bust area. So on this bust area, we are going to measure the nipple to nipple. Nipple to nipple measurement is 8. 8 divided by 4. 8 divided by 2. That will give us 4. Here is our 4. This nipple to nipple measurement, we are going to add extra 2 inches to it. So these 2 inches now will give us 6 inches. So we are going to mark it. So we are going to extend it to the shoulder line. So that way we are going to extend it. And this is our under bust. 4 inches for the under bust. Here is the under bust. Here is the nipple to nipple on the under bust area. Also, our shoulder to waist is 16.5. But I'm going to add 2 to it. So that will give me 18.5. So here's our 18.5. And on this 18.5 as well, I'm going to mark the nipple to nipple measurement and also plus 2 inches. That will give us 6. So we are going to connect it this way. We will still come back to it, but before we cut it out, if you watch the pattern very well, here is full and these are under bust. So from here now, it's just like marking the nipple to nipple measurement but extending it to the other side. So we are going to mark 1 inch on this edge. Then we are going to do it this way. We are going to connect it this way. I believe you can see it clearly. And here as well, we go up by 2 inches or 2.5 inches. We go by 2.5 inches, then we are going to connect it to this place. This we are going to cut out. And don't forget, while cutting this out, we are going to add our joining allowance. we are going to add our joining allowance. Everything we are going to be doing now, we are going to be writing them down. We are going to measure on the side from down to the sleeve end, just this way. We are going to measure what we have here. We are going to measure what we have here. It's just this is what we are going to measure to the sleeve area. So here is 26. Here is 33. For me not to miss it. So this is what we are to do. This is 60. So 60 plus how much? This is half. Okay, let's make it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That is 66. So we are going to write it down. That's 66. We have to write it down. Also, we are going to measure from the knee to the sleeve lower part. Then we divide it by 3. So here is the knee area. This place we are going to measure from here as well to the sleeve down part. This is how we are going to measure it. So we have 22.5. This 22.5 we are going to divide it by 3 and we are going to mark the result. So 22.5 divided by 3, that should give us 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So let's say that will give us 7.5. So let's mark 7.5. I'm making 7.5 quarter. 7.5. Yeah, this is 15. So 7.5. So that is it. So we are going to work with 7.5. Already we have 21. We have 22. We have 22.5. But divided by 3. So let's make use of 7.5. Also, we are going to measure what we have from this first quarter to here. From here now we have 20. We have 23 quarter. So we are going to write it down. 23 quarter. Also, we are going to measure from the down part here. We are going to measure from the down part here to the knee. We are going to measure from the down part here to the waistline. So this is 44. We are going to write it down as well. I hope you are following what we are doing. Moving on now. Measure the supposed cut out space as well. Then we are going to multiply it by 3 to make it full. Then we are going to write it down. So we can call it bust space. So this is the supposed area now that we ought to cut out. This is supposed area. So from here to here now, we have 5.5 quarter, and from here as well to the upper area we have 15.5. So 15.5 plus 5.5 plus 5.5 quarter, that gives us 20.5 quarter. We are going to multiply this by 3. So 21 divided by 3, that will give us 63. So 63 will be the length we are going to use for the cutout space. Yes, sleeve. So here's where we are going to measure the sleeve from down to sleeve base. This gives us 46. To sleeve base, that gives us 46. Now we are going to measure what we have here from our below knee line to this 3/4 base. We have 6 inches. So we are going to mark it as well. So that is the calculation for our front area. So with this now, we can cut out our back. But before cutting out our back, if you study this design very well, the front part laps to this back part. If you look at this very well, it laps to the back part. So we are going to reduce 2 inches from this back side. We are going to reduce 2 inches from this back side. 2 inches from this back side. So that is what we are going to cut out for the back. Then these 2 inches, we are going to replace it while cutting out our front. So which means this area we are removing now, you know, the drafting here is for our front side. So these 2 inches we are adding. These 2 inches we are taking away from the back to join the front side as well. So we are going to add it to this supposed space area. So this will be 2 inches times 3. That will give us 6. So this 6 now we are going to add it to our 63. So that will give us 69. So that will be the space measurement we are going to be looking for. So let's cut out the back first. Let's cut out the back. We only need to understand our calculation. That's all. We only need to calculate that to understand our calculation. The thing is very, very simple. So we are cutting it out now. Also, the sleeve of the front as well, we are going to return that 2 inches we cut, that 2 inches we remove, we are going to replace it as well. So here is the shape for the back. So let's go ahead now and cut out the front. But don't forget, we are going to make use of this nail line with below nail line. So let's measure what we have. From the down part to the nail line, we have 22 and a half. We have 22 and a half. And from that part to the nail line itself, we have 26 and a half. 26 and a half. So those are the things we are going to first observe while cutting out our front side. So let's proceed with the front now. Here is the technical aspect of the gown. We already wrote a lot of things down. So we are going to start from locating our nail area and the below knee area. So the below knee area is 22 and a half, while our knee area is 26 and a half. So we are going to mark it across 22 and a half, 26 and a half. So I'm going to mark it out. I will be surprised with all this sacrifice. If you watch this video, if you watch this tutorial and you didn't subscribe to this channel. So that's the first thing. The second thing, we are going to measure the nail from down to our waist area, down to waist area. the measurement is 44. The measurement is 44 plus half inch we are going to use to join it. That will give us 44 and a half. So that's another thing. I'm sure you will remember we've already measured these things from our back measurement. So that is the next thing. So now we are going to measure our hip circumference plus 2 inches, that which is 12 inches, which is 12 inches. So like this. We are going to measure it and connect 12 inches. Also, what we have here is 16 inches. So this is where we connected these two, 16 inches. So it's like this. If you remember, this is how the thing is. So next thing now is the measurement we measure from the below knee to here. I think we have 6.5. 6.5. That is from the knee to the 3/4 inch above. Here we have 17.5. So there is it. So this we are going to connect now on this axis now. That's why we are going to connect that's why we are going to get our below knee to the sleeve, and from here to from the waist area to this first 3/4 we have 23.5. So plus our joining, that will give us 24. So that is it. So this is where we are going to connect it to 24. This is where we are going to connect it to 24. So just make sure you study this tutorial very well. It's somehow technical, so if you want to charge it, you know you are going to cash out on it as well. So now we want to draft out our base to the sleeve lower part as well. And you know the measurement from the base to sleeve lower part is 46 inches. So let's just draft it this way. So then we measure. Anyway, we have our 46 inches. So this is where the 46 inches is. So that's our 46 inches. You can observe the sleeve mount here. You know we have 2 inches sleeve mount. We have 2 inches folding allowance. So that's number 1. So we have our 46. Then the second thing is the down part to the whole sleeve. And remember we've taken out 2 inches from the back area, which we are going to add to our front side, which means 66 plus 2 inches. That will give us 68. And the 68 we are going to add as joining allowance. That will give us 68.5. So let's continue. We have 46 here, and we are going for 68. So here is our 46. Here is our 46. So Let's continue to 68. I will advise you have longer tape rule. So here is 46. Here is 46. We are going for 68. So this is 60 plus 8 plus 8. So this gives us, so, and I suppose sleeve off is 19, but because we've taken away 2 inches from back to be added to our front, so here is the 2 inches, and we are going to add our sleeve allowance, our joining allowance to it, so it should be here. So that is it. And so to continue now, we are going to shift our fabric out a bit for you to see it clearly. So here is where the 46 stopped. This is where the 46 stopped. So I'm going to measure the 46 here. Targeting 66. Targeting 66, which is from the base to the sleeve mouth. So this is 60. We are going to add additional 8 to make 67, additional 6 to make 66. So here is it. And we've already taken 2 away from the back. We are going to replace it here. So here is it, 2. That is it. So we are going to connect it. This is our mouth. This is where the mouth is. Now our shoulder. This is where the shoulder will be. Here is our shoulder line. Don't be surprised. In fact, kudos to the original designer. So here is the shoulder line. The shoulder is 23.5. We are going to join it by ½ inch. So that will give us 24 inches. Here is our 24 inches. We might still shift it because we are still going to drop the inner part, and the inner part is 69 in total. Already we've added the back allowance to it as well, so our target now is 69 inches. So 69 inches, that's our target. Let me just draw it into the camera for you to see now. For you, this is a great job. So please, just make sure at least you appreciate me for this dress by subscribing to this channel. And also let other people get to know about this channel. And if you have questions, feel free to ask me. So the target is what? 69. The target is 69, so I will just use my freehand first to draft. So let's measure this one as it's in the camera before we proceed. So here is 30. Let's stop here. Then I will drag it out again. Then we continue from that 30 inches. Don't forget, the inner space we are looking for is 69. So let's proceed. So here is 60. Here is 60. Let's complete the remaining 9 inches. So here is the 9 inches now. That is the 9 inches. So here's our 9 inches. So when we measure it in total, that will give us 69. And how do we get this 69? The inner space, in the inner space, this inner space, we multiply it by 3. That is what will give us 69. And out of this 69, we have 6 inches meant for the back inches that we added to the front. So the shoulder line is 23 and a half. 23 and a half plus half, that gives us 24. So here is it. Here is it. So this gives us our shoulder line. So this is what we are going to cut out. This is how the shape of the pattern, the real pattern is. So let's cut it out. Here is the shape of the front. Let's proceed. The next thing now for us is to cut out the front space, the front center. This is a bubu gown. Tell me, what do you think about the fullness of the pleating? I'm so happy. I give value on this channel. Trust me, I'm so happy I give value of this on this channel. So I didn't know reason why you will come to this channel without subscribing. Honestly, why will you come onto this channel without subscribing? You can see this is a final look of the gown. Look at the plating. Here is the plating. Actually, I did night just to teach you this. So as I sacrifice for you guys, I don't think it is much if you also subscribe to this channel. It's not much if you subscribe to this channel. So here is it. You know, I love paying attention to details. This is the first attempt. So, and you can see if our first attempt is like this, what do you think while making it the second time? So guys, make sure you subscribe to this channel. So back to the center part now. You know, our shoulder to waist is 18. So plus half inch for the joining, that gives us 18 and a half. That gives us 18 and a half. Now I'm going to remeasure my distance now. So this will be the upper part after getting the main length. So our shoulder to bust is 9 and a half plus half inch, that gives us 10. And our shoulder to under bust is 13 and a half plus half, that gives us 14. Then we have the rest measurement to the waistline. So let me mark it on the opposite side now and connect. So that's that. Then we are going to leave a little space here. Let me leave 4 inches space here. It might be too much, but I just have to be on the safer side. So here's my 4 inches allowance. So this is where the chest line will start. You know, remember the neck, we make use of 3 inches, while the shoulder is 8 inches. So like this, and from here we came down by 1 and a half, if you remember. Then we are going to connect it to the neck area this way. Yeah, so the next thing is our nipple to nipple measurement. The nipple to nipple measurement is 8 inches. So 8 divided by 2, that gives us 4 inches. So here's our nipple to nipple measurement. Here's our nipple to nipple measurement. But from here, we added additional 2 inches. Then these additional 2 inches. So we are going to mark it also. This we are going to connect to these 2 inches plus the nipple to nipple measurement. That gives us 6 inches. So here is it. Here is the 6 inches. So let's proceed in our back drafting. We've already structured this one out. From here, we came in by 1 inch. That is the plan. We came in by 1 inch. So here's the under bust. So we just connect, and from here we go out to meet the bust line stage. Then the neck depth, I will make use of 8 inches neck depth. 8 inches neck depth. Then we are going to connect it to the neck. That's it. Remember, from the back part, we minus 2 inches, which we are to add to the front part. So we are going to add 2. We are going to replace the 2 inches. Here's the 2 inches. That is the 2 inches from the back part. But a bit, let's just curve it a bit like this. We are going to curve it a bit. So let's measure what we have to reach this stage. To get to this line, what we have here, we have 2.5 inches. We have 2.5 inches. So the 2.5 inches, we are going to extend it 2.5 inches. Here's the 2.5 inches, but because we are going to join these 2.5 inches, so we are going to add ½ inch to it, making 3 inches. That is it. So the height of the collar, I'm making use of 2 inches. I'm making use of 2 inches. So there's, we are going to connect 2 inches like this. So that is the neck. That is it. So this we are going to connect. I believe you are getting it. So we are about to cut it out. This is what we are to cut out, but we are going to add ½ inch for the joining here. ½ inch for the joining, and here as well, ½ inch for the joining. ½ inch for the joining as well. So this way. So here is a ½ inch for the joining. So that's the thing. So we are going to cut it out. Already we've added our shoulder joining measurements here. So what else? Let's cut it out. Then we are going to cut the interface. the center part has been duplicated into two. The center part has been duplicated into two. You know, we are going to close it up to this stage. We are going to close it up to this stage. So here this will be our neck line as planned. After coming in by 1 inch on this area as well, we are going to go up by 2.5. Then we are going to connect it to this place, and we are going to cut it out as well based on the style we are working with. So that is it, we are done. So the next thing now, I'm going to add the interface, then we proceed to joining. Let me add the interface and show you. So here's my interface. I make use of wadis. So we are going to stitch it after gumming the interface. I'm done adding the interface. I only added it to one side because this one is a bit thicker, but if you are making use of soft interface, you can add it to both sides. So now the joining is on now. So here is the center. I'm going to join it from up downward. This is the center, the second center as well. So I'm going to join it from up downward as well. Then we are going to fold this way, or we are going to turn this way, and then we are going to iron them. So let's proceed. So first part of the joining is done. You can see I notch this curve here, then I press thoroughly. So the next thing now, we are going to place this on each other. You are going to open it. So from the center neck, so we are going to join it down, then we are going to open it and repress it again. So I'm done. You can see this is what I have. This is what I have, and here is the other side. So next thing now, let's open this neck, then we are going to join it this way. So I'm done joining it. So this is what we have for the neck. So you can now go ahead, just secure both pieces together, then we're going to set it aside. So, and it's advisable you weave for the thread not to be pulling off or pulling out. After securing the edges now, the next thing for us is to pleat the front side. You know, here is the center, here is the cut out. Here's our cut out. We measure this place and multiply it by 3, so that's what gives us this. And let's wait and see how it's going to turn out. So the next thing is for us to pleat it. We have 21 inches here, so we are going to place this side to 21, the other side to 21, then we're going to attach it to the center. So guys, I'm done pleating our center cut out. So the next thing now, here is the center. The next thing for us is to attach it this way. You can see already, actually you've seen it in the sample, that we got it correctly, the fullness, everything. So here is it. So let's proceed. Let's just join this one now. I'm really proud of this tutorial. So please guys, just give us some flower by subscribing to this channel. Please make sure you subscribe to this channel, at least just for you to appreciate what we did. We put a lot of things, I put a lot of things, a lot of sacrifice into this tutorial. So please guys, just appreciate me by subscribing to this channel. Let's proceed to the joining. So here's the final look. But for this neck collar, if I want to make it next time, I'm going to move out more. So that is the only correction I can do to this collar whenever I'm going to make this type of bubu again. So let's continue, let's proceed and join our back. So this is how we are going to join the back. No anything, no cutting, no alteration. So we're just going to place it facing each other. Already we've calculated it, so we are going to join it straight this way. So this is how we are going to join it. And make sure you notch the center of this back, align it with the center of the front as well. So we just sew across, nothing special. So just sew across. Let's do it now. So here is the back. I'm done joining the back. So for this dress, if I'm going to correct anything, I'm going to make this collar a bit higher than this. So it means it has to come out to this extent, at least to this middle point. So that is the thing. Then this place as well is a bit longer, so I'm going to trim it off. That is it. So the next thing for us now is to close the sides. That is the next thing for us is to close both sides. That is from this sleeve downward. But on the waistline, I mean on the line below our knee, we are going to stop our stitching to make a slit, to form a slit. So we are going to stop at the line below the knee. So that's the next thing now, before we are going to attach our elastic.